my husband came up with a very cute and sweet name for a YouTube channel for he and I to do together, and it's called Techie and Greenie. So he's the techie, and I, according to him, am the greenie. He says that I'm a green thumb. I have a green thumb, that I can grow anything. But you know what? He's so optimistic about my gardens. I just experiment with the garden. And I garden season by season, experiment by experiment. And it's not the most important thing in my life, the garden, but it's just something that relates to homesteading, which is where my husband and I want to go back into homesteading. You see, we have a story that is a story of build and loss, build and loss, a couple times. We've been married less than a decade, and we have built and lost 3 times, and we are actually lost 2 times. And we flipped one house. We had a huge gain on that. That was wonderful. But then we did have a loss in a sale of a house, which was disappointing, but a learning experience. And the whole move was a learning experience. So now here we are, we're in another learning experience. And our plan and our prayer is to go back to a homestead, to homesteading life on some acreage. The problem is that we have a pretty small radius of where we can purchase land. So, and also our budget. And we're in a transition in our life. So before we do move to the property, which will be the property where we will most likely stay until the day that we leave this earth, because I'm in my 60s, my husband is in his 50s, and we really don't desire to move again after this one last move. So it's very important to find the right place, as you can imagine. If you're young, in your 20s or 30s, even 40s, you have time to do more moves, to experience more things. Some people wish to do that, like I have. I really have enjoyed buying places and then selling them and moving somewhere else and starting over. I enjoy that. So does my husband, I think. But now we feel that we're done with that. So here we are. We are at the point of finding another homestead. And we thank you. If you want to walk along with us and see how this journey goes, maybe you have possibly the same dream. I don't know, but I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What is your dream? What is your goal in life? Because no matter what your dreams, no matter what your goals, a lot of the principles that will take you from where you are now to where you want to go are going to be the same, as we will need to apply in what we're doing. So one of those principles is patience, and we will be talking about patience as we go along. And another principle is perseverance. We'll be discussing perseverance. Another one is knowing or learning what you actually want. Because so many times we don't really know what we want until we experience what we don't really want. And then we go, oh, this wasn't really what I wanted. So it's good to take the time, if you're in a waiting room right now, like we are, take this time as a special time to learn and to sit and focus, to sit and gather all the information that you have from all your experiences in life, and write it down and say, this is what I've learned that I do not want, and this is what I have come to know that I actually do want for some time. Because if you are at a place where my husband and I are, where you will not be wanting to change again, whatever this thing is that you are seeking to move into, whether it's a property or a job or a relationship, it could be many things, but whatever it is, you want to settle into it. If you're at a place where you want to settle in and you want to kind of stop being like a rolling stone gathering no moss, at least for some time, then there are some principles to come into place. And we want to learn these things together, teach these things, teach what we have learned so far. And we would love to go on this journey with you. So please join up with us, subscribe to this channel, and we can walk through the journey together. Thank you so much.